What's up guys, it's Paul from eCommerce Gold, and in this video we're going to be looking at ShopWired, which is one of the UK's leading e-commerce platforms, and I'm going to be looking to answer two questions. Number one, is ShopWired any good? And number two, is it a good alternative to Shopify for UK businesses? And to answer these questions, I'm going to be looking at quite a few different things, including the pricing, what ShopWired offers, and a quick overview of what ShopWired is like to use. So let's get started. Right, so the first thing I'm going to be looking at is the pricing of ShopWired, and they offer three standard plans, which is the Pro plan at £34.95 a month, the Advanced plan at £69.95, and the Premium plan at £129.95 a month. And in terms of straight up monthly pricing, these are actually very competitive when you compare them to the competition. And when it comes to basically the method that ShopWired uses for the pricing, they use annual turnover limits, which once again, when you compare it to the competition, are actually quite generous. Because on the Pro plan, it's £75,000 a year, on the Advanced plan, it's £200,000 a year, and on the Premium plan, it's £500,000 a year, or £500,000, however you like to say it. And when you go over this £500,000 a year, you move on to their enterprise packages that start from £249.95 a month, which when you're comparing the enterprise plan of ShopWired compared to like enterprise solutions from other platforms, this once again is very reasonably and very competitively priced. And also with ShopWired, if you decide to pay for your plans annually or for multiple years, you actually get a discount. So it's 10% for 1 year, 20% for 2 years, and 30% for 3 years, which is a significant saving, especially on the larger plans. But when it comes to the difference between the plans, it's not only the annual turnover limit you also get more features included as well. Because when you move from the Pro package to the Advanced one, you get more apps included free of charge with your monthly subscription. And when you move onto the Premium, you get all the paid apps included with your monthly subscription. So there's actual other incentives for moving on to the larger packages, not just the annual turnover limits. So when it comes to pricing, I think ShopWired is reasonably priced, especially when you compare it to the competition. So next up, what do you actually get for your money? Because it's all right looking at the monthly costs, but what do you actually get for your money? Well, ShopWired includes a range of features, and there's features that are built into the platform and also features that you can install in the form of apps. Now, there are lots of different tools available, and I'm not going to go through each single one when it comes to the features, because basically that's just me reading off the screen. But I will leave a link in the description to the written review that's on screen, so you can go and check this out for yourself. But they do offer a good range of features, from e-commerce tools to marketing and SEO. There's good reports and analytics, so if you're a data nerd, there's definitely going to be the information in there for you. They also offer a good range of payment gateways, which is really good, because this is the thing that does let some platforms down, is the small selection of payment options. This definitely isn't a problem when it comes to ShopWired, because they offer a really good selection and they don't charge any additional transaction fees. Probably should have covered that in the pricing section, but they don't charge any additional transaction fees, so you just pay the payment gateway transaction fee. ShopWired doesn't charge any additional fees on top. There's a good selection of shipping options, and if you're a B2B business, ShopWired is definitely worth considering, because they have a really good selection of B2B features. So when it comes to features, ShopWired is definitely very well sorted. Out the box, it comes with a good selection. There's a great selection of apps. The only negative with some of the apps is that they need to be coded into your site. Some of them are one-click installations, but others have to be coded in. Some of them are very easy to do. It's literally copy and pasting the code into your theme, basic code. Others require some CSS, which means they are more difficult to do. But overall, no real complaints when it comes to the features. So next up, let's look at the website builder, because you want to build a good looking website for your online store. So what does ShopWired offer? Well, if we go into our dashboard, we'll have a look at the themes, because we're going to break this down into three sections. We're going to look at the themes, the customization, and what's it like to create pages on your site. And if we click on available themes, it will bring up all the ShopWired themes that are currently available. Now there's 20 to choose from at the moment, but what you may notice is some of these are version 4 themes and others are version 5. And the reason for this is ShopWired introduced their version 5 framework in the summer of 2022. And this included a new theme customizer, which I'll show you in a minute, which was a big jump forward for ShopWired. But part of the process of introducing the version 5 framework is basically porting all of the old version 4 themes over to the new version 5 framework. And this is taking a little bit of time, but they are constantly working on this and adding more of the version 4 themes into the version 5 framework. So you're going to be able to customize more of these really well-designed themes using the new framework. It's an ongoing process, but one that hopefully they should complete quite soon. But when it comes to theme selection, as I say, there's 20 to choose from, but they are really well designed themes and they are suitable for all different kinds of niches. And I'm sure there's a theme here that will fit the kind of store or the kind of products that you're going to be selling. But what's it like when it comes to theme customization? So we'll come out of that and we'll click on install themes and open the theme customizer. Now I'm using the default theme, which is Vivify, I think it's called. Yes, Vivify. Good, I remember that one. And in the new theme customizer, this is a big jump forward for ShopWired. It's a massive jump forward because one of the Achilles heels of ShopWired was always the theme customization. It wasn't very good. Now it is actually become one of the best ones out there because they've added a full theme customizer. So as you can see, we're on the home page at the moment and I can add new sections to this page. There's some really good sections available, lots of different styles. So you can create a really good looking home page for your store. But best of all, as I say, this is a full theme customizer. So you can go through it and you can change the layouts of different pages on your site. So if you want to choose a category page, we can open that up and we can add new sections to this page. It's a bit slow today, but we can add new sections and we can add all these different sections. So you can create custom pages, custom layouts for your site. The only thing I'd like to see added to this is basically a template creator. So you could create individual templates for individual pages. So if you wanted to create a custom basically layout for a certain category page, you would be able to do that, but that's not something that's currently available in ShopWired. It's something I would like to see added in the future because I just think it would be the cherry on top of their customizer. It really would make ShopWired one of the best out there when it comes to theme customization. It's very good in its current framework. I'd just like to be able to add custom templates so I could create truly custom pages on my site. But along with being able to customize the pages, there's options for your site's header. So there's options in there. You've got general theme settings, which include fonts, colors, and there's options for your footer as well. Overall, it is a very good theme customizer. So I just wish you had the option to add new templates. But what about when it comes to adding other pages to your site? Because you want to add more than just product and category pages, because this is what fills out a fully fledged website. So if we come out of the theme customizer and we go into our website and we click on pages, we can create as many custom pages as we want. So if we create a new page, it brings up this editor. So you can add a page name, you can enter content for that page, and then you can save it. Very simple, very easy to use. I just like to be able to create custom templates so I could create more visually engaging pages. I might be laboring on that point a bit. But what about when it comes to the blog? Because if SEO is part of your marketing strategy, you're going to need a blog on your site. So what you need to do is install the app. So I've already installed it, and then you can click on create a new post. And it is very similar to basically the page creator. So you add your title name, you can add an image for it, then you've got your content section, and you can add categories and things like that, plus with some search engine options at the bottom, some SEO settings. So ShopWired's website builder is really good. They have a nice selection of themes. Even though the selection is a little bit on the small side, they are very well designed, and they are moving them all over to the new version 5 framework, which has been a big jump forward for ShopWired because it's addressed one of the Achilles heel of the platform, which was the theme customization. That's no longer an issue. In fact, it's gone from being arguably one of the worst to one of the best out there when it comes to theme customization. And the only thing I would like to see added, which I've mentioned numerous times, is the ability to create custom page templates. If they added this, it would really put the cherry on top to their website builder. So next up, we're going to look at the support that ShopWired offers. Now, when it comes to support options that are available with ShopWired, there are two main ones. The first one is the live chat that's available between 9 AM and 10 PM Monday to Friday, and email support tickets that they aim to respond to within 24 hours. And one of the things that ShopWired has always excelled at is the quality of their support. Now, I've experienced this firsthand because I used to run a store with ShopWired and the support was excellent. And it's one of the things when you see the reviews from customers on ShopWired, they always comment on the quality of the support. So it is very good, and the only thing I would like to see added would be weekend support. So if there was some support available on Saturday and Sunday, it would just make their support a little bit better in my opinion, but there's no real issues when it comes to support. Everybody seems to be very, very happy with it. So next up, we're going to talk about ShopWired's web hosting and performance, because you want a fast loading website, because not only is this going to impact on user experience, but this is also going to impact positively on your SEO as well, because search engines like Google like fast loading sites. And when you've got better user experience, this is going to lead to increased conversion rates, more sales. It's just going to benefit your store overall. Now, when it comes to the hosting environment of ShopWired, they do have a very good one, because it's based on Amazon Web Services, which is one of the biggest and most reliable and also secure hosting environments in the world. And with all ShopWired plans, you get unlimited bandwidth, unlimited file storage, PCI Level 1 compliant servers, a global content delivery network, and 99.9% plus uptime. Now, this all sounds great on paper, but what does it actually mean in the real world? Well, we at eCommerce Gold like to put these platforms to the test. So we took 5 customer example sites, ran them through Uptrend's speed tool using their London, UK server once a day for 3 days to see how well their sites performed. So let's take a look. Now, there are no issues when it comes to ShopWired's performance. The load time was really good on mobile and desktop. It had a sub 2-second load time, which is absolutely awesome. And when it comes to the page speed scores, they were 44 out of 100 on mobile and 84 out of 100 on desktop. Now, the mobile score does seem a bit low, and we would like to see that go over that 50 mark. But when you compare it to the competition, ShopWired actually comes out as one of the top performing platforms for UK businesses. So when it comes to site performance, there are definitely no issues when it comes to ShopWired. So next up, we're going to look at what ShopWired is like to use, because I imagine that's one of the reasons why you're watching this video. And what we're going to do is going to talk about what it's like to get started with ShopWired, what it's like to do inventory management, and also manage your orders as well, because those are 3 of the most important things when it comes to setting up your ShopWired store. So if we go back into our ShopWired dashboard and we click on the dashboard, it brings up the dashboard once you've been through and signed up to ShopWired. Now, signing up to ShopWired is very easy. All you need is an email address and to create a password. And I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and try ShopWired out for yourself. They're for a 14-day free trial. Now, that is an affiliate link, which means if you do go through and sign up to ShopWired, we earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, but it helps us out a lot because it helps fund the channel and the business in general. So thank you if you do go through that link. And when you go through and sign up to ShopWired for the first time, you'll be greeted by a setup guide. Now, the best I can do on this is actually go into the blog post and show you what this is like on screen, because I've already been through the setup guide, but it is quite a good one. It's got 6 steps to take you through the basics of setting up your ShopWired store. But another thing you can do with ShopWired is you can go through their onboarding process. So if you're migrating from another platform, you can actually go through and ShopWired will help you migrate from one platform to another. They've got basically some settings that you can go through to basically try and make that process as easy as possible. They also have a range of plans where the ShopWired team will actually help you with the migration process. So if this isn't something you want to do yourself, you can pay ShopWired to do it for you, which, if you've got a big store, may be worth considering. But there are options to migrate from Shopify, ecommerce, EKM. Basically, the main alternatives to ShopWired, they have set up options to help you migrate your products, basically migrate your store from that platform to ShopWired. Now, the dashboard itself is very easy to use. I really like the ShopWired dashboard. It's laid out really well. The sidebar navigation is very easy to use, and everything is just displayed nicely. It's not too cluttered on the pages. The main dashboard produces all the information that basically you want to see, a snapshot of your store. So what orders you've got, how many orders you've had on different days, basically the information that you want to know about your ShopWired store. As you can see, I haven't received anything because this is a demo store. So overall, no real complaints with the dashboard. It's one of the easier ones to use out there, and it doesn't take a long time to get up to speed with using ShopWired. So next up, let's look at the inventory management. So we're going to go and we're going to create a new product, because this brings up the create new product page. And ShopWired have opted for a single page layout, which I do like because it makes the process a lot easier. And there's all the different sections to go through and set up the different sections of your product. So you've got your title and your description, your media, so your images and video. You can add video to ShopWired as well. Categories for your product, because I'll talk about that more in a second when it comes to the categories. Set your price, inventory management, and then there's different options that you can select at the bottom. Some of these options are only available if you install certain apps, so you can go through and customize the different options that are available. And then right at the very bottom, you've got your SEO options. So overall, creating a new product on ShopWired is very simple, and the add new product page and the edit product page is the same. There's no additional options available when you edit your product, so it makes the process for adding new products really simple and really easy to do. So what about when it comes to organizing your products? Well, ShopWired uses a category structure. So if we click on create new category, now adding a new category is very simple. It follows a very similar formula to adding the new product. It's a single page layout, so you set the title, you can add a description to it, very useful for SEO by the way. You can add an image for your category if you want, and then when it comes to organization, you can create parent and child categories within ShopWired, which is something I do like. And you can actually create a multi-level structure as well, which is great for creating a hierarchy structure for your product categories. So you can have parent categories, child categories, and child categories. I think that's what they're called. But it does make organizing your products very simple and very easy to do in ShopWired. Absolutely no issues when it comes to basically organizing your products. So once you've set your products up, you've got everything live on your store, what's it like to actually manage your inventory? Well, they only have one basic bulk editor, which is the manage stock option, and you can come in and you can change the quantity. You can quickly and easily come in, change the product quantity, save it, and you're good to go. Now, I would like to see this expanded with ShopWired so that it will be basically a more fully fledged bulk editor. So if you could come in and change your pricing, change other things in bulk, it would just make the product management a lot simpler with ShopWired, because if not, what you have to do is you actually have to go in and edit these individually. So you have to actually go in and go onto the edit product page to change pricing and things like that. So I would like to see the option added to be able to basically manage more from the bulk editor, because it would just make the stock management a whole lot simpler when it comes to ShopWired. But it's still better than nothing. I just wish it was basically expanded a bit so it was a bit more user friendly and not having to go back in and edit products individually to change things like prices and things like that. So next up, let's go in and manage our orders, because hopefully this is where you're going to be spending most of the time in your ShopWired dashboard. So if we go in and view orders, you can also create manual orders as well, which is very nice. And when it comes to managing your orders, ShopWired is very, very good, because if you select the orders, you can choose to print them. So you can print an invoice for the orders, you can download them in CSV format. So if you're using third-party order management software there's no integration directly with ShopWired, because there is some integrations with ShopWired for basically shipping services and also accounting as well. So you may not have to do this actual process, but if you're using something that's not integrated with ShopWired, then you may have to do this. You can change them to mark as shipped. You can also change the status of the order, and you can choose to delete them if you want. Now, one thing I do like with this is you can filter out your orders using the filter order system. So if you're looking for a specific order or something like that, you can go through and filter them out, which does make managing your orders a lot easier, especially if you need to find an individual one. So overall, order management, yeah, it's pretty good with ShopWired. So is ShopWired any good? Yes. I think ShopWired is a really good option for building an online store, because it's one of the few e-commerce platforms out there that, in my opinion, has no real glaring weaknesses. It's just a good all-round option because it's reasonably priced, it comes with a good selection of features, it's got a good website builder, and it's easy to use, which basically what more do you want from an e-commerce platform? Plus the support is very good as well. So overall, ShopWired is just a good all-round platform. Now, there are a couple of areas that I think could be improved with ShopWired. For example, some of the apps, I wish you didn't have to code those in. I wish there was just one-click installations. I think the bulk editor could have a bit more functionality. And if you could create custom templates in the theme customizer, They'd just be the cherry on top for the website builder. But none of these are major issues when it comes to ShopWired. There's nothing that stands out to me that says, no, this really isn't very good. They're just minor issues, and overall, it's a really good e-commerce platform in my opinion. And that leads me on to the second question. Is ShopWired a good alternative to Shopify for UK businesses? Well, yes, and not only for the reasons why I just mentioned, because not only is ShopWired a good all-round platform and can actually go head-to-head with Shopify on a few things, but it also may offer some advantages for UK businesses selling just here in the UK. Because ShopWired is a UK-based platform with a UK-based support team, and they understand the UK market. It's their specialist market. So this could add some advantages over using something like Shopify for your store if you're just focused on the UK market. It's definitely something I would consider. So overall, I was really impressed with ShopWired. It does everything well, and I liked it when I used it for my store a few years ago, and it's just got better ever since. The new theme customizer has just made ShopWired one of the most complete platforms, in my opinion, for UK businesses. So if this video was helpful, please drop a like on it because it does help the channel out a lot. As I said, I'll leave a link to ShopWired in the description below if you want to try them out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.